Hi everyone, it's Christine, your lovable, huggable Muse, and I'm bringing you my uploads from my downloads. And today, you guys, I'm actually going to be talking about something I really didn't think I needed to talk about up until yesterday, you guys, which was how law of attraction changed my life. You guys, you can definitely start noticing some changes in your own lives within 30 days if you actually implement some of this. I basically have followers from all over the world right now, everywhere from Canada to Asia, India, and Africa. You name it, you guys, it's pretty diverse. And I was actually talking to someone from Nigeria who was asking me if I could help him out with something. He was telling me about the current circumstances in his country and how he didn't see any opportunities for him out there. And he just wanted to come to the US for some better opportunities. And you guys, I always believe that if you want to change anything in your life, you basically start from here. So I was just asking him some normal questions like, the resources that he currently had out there and whether or not there was any kind of needs he could fulfill for his community. And somewhere along our conversation, I asked him, whether or not he followed the law of attraction or meditated at all. And I was really surprised to find that he did it. And you guys, I have to say, I was really excited for him because I knew that this would be a game changer for him. And I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit of my own story as well, my own experiences with law of attraction and how it was a game changer in my life. So about now, everyone, you guys probably all know that I'm a follower of law of attraction. I've actually known about it for over 15 years. When 15 years ago, someone actually introduced me to the book The Secret by Rhonda Burns, which I'm going to post a link below if you're interested in getting the book. And at the time, you guys, I was at such a low in my life. I was in an unhealthy relationship. I was depressed, and I just wanted to get out. And when I first started implementing the law of attraction, I can tell you guys, within months, I was out of that unhealthy relationship. I was able to purchase my own home, and I was riding around in this fancy Jaguar. I was making my own money, and I had a pretty nice life. But you guys, and this is just kind of a story I'm telling you to tell you both the ups and downs that I've experienced with law of attraction in my lifetime. During that time, I also lost my nerve. I just did not see it lasting for me. And for a long time, I started listening to people who were telling me that the law of attraction thing wasn't real, and then I shouldn't believe in it, and that it was just fooling myself. So I started believing in what they were saying, and I also was starting to have a lot of unhealthy thoughts about money, that it was the root of all evil, that people who had it were all manipulative and greedy. And I just honestly didn't want that for myself. So within a year, you guys, I have to say, I pretty much lost everything that I manifested. The home, the car. I was no longer doing that job. I actually manifested my relationship with my husband at the same time. And because I definitely knew I wanted that, but I also didn't want it to be about money. So guess what? I literally got that. For 15 years, guys, I was not living the life I really wanted, which was in alignment for me, because I literally decided I just wasn't going to follow law of attraction anymore. I was believing in what everyone else was saying to me. So even though I had the degree and the relationship and the family, I still was not doing what I really wanted. And I still couldn't believe that I deserved that well-paying job, or that I could have that healthy relationship with other people, or that I could be financially independent. Because even though I did believe in the law of attraction, I did not do the one thing that would have been a game changer for me, everyone, which was to actually follow it. So fast forward, to about 3 years ago, I fell into this deep depression, everyone. I was literally so unhappy and I just didn't know what to do. I mean, I tried everything in the book, from therapy to exercise, and I swear nothing was working for me. So I came to this point in my life where I just hit a wall, and I just told my husband, I'm going to try something that he didn't even really believe in, which was really to go back to following law of attraction. And this time, really following it, you guys. I mean, I had this urge to go back to what really worked for me because, at the time when I was doing it, that was really the one time when I really felt like my true, authentic self. I mean, before that, I was just doing things and following things that were not really me. I mean, at first, they would seem like they were meant for me because it would work out for some time, but in the long run I really realized that was I was on the wrong path, because eventually, it would turn really sour and I would just end up feeling so horrible. So at that time I really knew I was definitely going the wrong path, and I was stuck with that question of, how do I get back on the right path? Well, I really just started with, this is just what works for me, you guys. Everyone's going to have their own path. And this was mine, but if it helps you, I definitely am happy to share it. So when I started back on my path and journey, I just started listening to guided meditations that I found. And this one that I'm actually posting down below by Paul McKenna, it was actually a life changer for me. I mean, if anything, it sparked this sparked me going back to center and finding that happy place again. And it was called Change Your Life in 7 Days. Literally, it was gimmicky like that. So I'm going to post it below. But literally, you guys, it got me to the state where I just started to open up a little and see more possibilities and think better things about myself. So I started to realize what it actually felt like to be in the zone again, or with being at one with source. And I'm always going to tell this to you guys that when you find that your center, that's pretty much the place where all creativity and manifesting happens. And I can tell you, within a year, you guys, I was able to get into 2 high-tech jobs. And if you know my background, I went into school for business. I knew nothing about tech, but I knew I wanted to be in that industry because that was the industry to be in. And I found myself being able to do it, everyone. And you know what? For the longest time, I really also wanted to work from home and have my own company. And I just really didn't know how to do that at the time. So, things were starting to get better for me. But you guys, there was just one thing that was this final push for the universe, that it was really trying to get me to do something that I wasn't really doing. And that was really just to gain my independence and learn my own authenticity, everyone. I mean, at the time, I depended on my current environment for a lot of things. I mean, my identity was attached to where I was, my environment, and it was telling me who I was, what I could and couldn't do. And I was so enmeshed in that reality, everyone, that I just could not separate myself from it, no matter how hard I tried. And it was really hindering me on my journey. And so I have to tell you guys, my last year in California was such a crazy time for me, okay? I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but the universe was literally doing everything it could to make me leave my current circumstances. I mean, things were going on around me that just made me realize I really needed to start over. And the thing was, I just really didn't know how to do that or where that would be, but I kept doing my meditations and I kept going more inward, and the answers just started coming to me. And I really got that push within 1 month. I can tell you, everything changed for me when I really decided that that's what I needed to do. I mean, I changed the way I thought about money, everyone. The hubby and I were able to increase our credit score by 100 points within a month. And we were able to get a loan so that we could move out of state and start a business in that other state. And although, you guys, I never thought in a million years I would move to Texas. It was actually something, unfamiliar to me, and I just didn't even know if I would like it. But that was my hubby's home state, so it was just an obvious choice of where to move for us. Um, and just to give you a little bit more insurance, you guys, that this was actually from the universe. I mean, I made an agreement with the universe a long time ago that I would have this safe number. That if I was ever in a situation where I wasn't really sure if what I was doing was the right thing, or if this was supposed to be where I was supposed to be, that I would see it. And that number was actually my birth year, which is 78. And I used to actually play this game with my friends and family, you guys, where, we'd be in the car and I would say, hey, you guys, I could point out certain license plate numbers where we'd be driving and I'd see 78. And I would swear to you guys, at some point, the whole car would, our car would be surrounded by other cars that had 78 in their license plate. I mean, that's literally how often I would actually see that number, and I knew that that was my safe number. So when I started looking for places to rent in Austin, you guys, I was really shook to find out that the zip codes in the entire city all started with 78. I mean, in fact, half of Texas was just 78. The zip code or the area code started with 78. So um, I was really shook, and I was telling the universe, okay, I get it. This is okay for me. This is a good move for me. So when we finally moved here, you guys, I can tell you everything changed for us. I mean, we had so much freedom and opportunities, and we lived in this beautiful place that had a swimming pool and a gym. My daughter was able to put herself through school and pay her own tuition when she was struggling in school back in the Bay Area. The contracting business that we started in California, which really wasn't doing anything out there, really started thriving within a year. And I have to say, you guys, I'm so proud of my husband because, college was always kind of a struggle for him. It really wasn't something he wanted to do, and it really wasn't for him. So being able to start his own company was such an amazing reality for him. And we also made some amazing like-minded friends throughout all of this. Some of them actually came from the Bay Area like me, which I thought was really funny. We had the freedom to travel every year. And you guys, I don't live in a very big place, all right? But literally, it's the most beautiful place I've ever lived. And I can honestly call this place home. And I mean, all the things we needed to provide for our family and to thrive, just really thrive, you guys, was basically provided for us. And you guys, I'm not sharing this story to you to brag. I mean, I want to share this story because there are some people out there, they're just so heartbroken because, they're not living a life that's true and authentic to them. And they don't see the resources and opportunities right now because they're just covered up by their own mindset and the things that were taught around them from their environment and the people around them. Especially during a time like this right now, where everything is just happening and we really have to trust our own intuition for things. I just want to help those who really want it, you guys, who just really want to make that shift and open the door to their future, to just go ahead and do it. Because I promise you, when you open that door, so many other doors will open for you. Because, you guys, there's absolutely enough for everyone in this world to be able to live the life that they want. We don't all want the same things, but we all definitely deserve to live a happy and abundant life. And I just want to leave you with that hope and inspiration today, everyone. Right here, I'm going to post something that I kept in my cubicle this is from over 10 years ago, when I got my first real job doing being an insurance broker. And at that time, you guys, I really dreamed of working from home and starting our own companies, and I can tell you right now, they're still growing. They're still in their baby stage, but this year alone, we started three. And I just want to encourage everyone today to just keep dreaming, that, they just keep pushing and following those dreams. Definitely they'll come to fruition. And I hope this message helps someone out there today. Definitely please like and share to anyone you think could use this today. I really see some great changes happening, and I really hope the best for us. So, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. You have an amazing day. You're lovable, huggable Muse. Bye bye.